Hello everybody, I'm just going to hover for a few minutes, allow you time to all jump on. I hope you're having a great week, feeling much more focused, much more empowered as you walk through this week and apply yourself to your businesses. So if you're there, drop me a little line, drop me a comment, let me know if you're watching. So this is day 3 in my 5 days to focus challenge that I am running here on Facebook. If you're watching this live, thank you for tuning in. Drop me a little comment, let me know that you are there and watching, who we have watching live. If you're watching it on replay, then again, drop a little comment saying replay. But if you're watching it from other means, then hello and welcome. As I say, my name is Samantha Jane. I'm known as the Psychic Coach. And the reason for that is because I coach people. I coach people to bring in positive changes, who are walking through changes and challenges in their lives, whether through my readings or through my coaching programs. Hi David, nice to see you tuning in and watching it live. This is day 3. Over the last 2 days, we have been looking at other aspects of things such as engagement, and my 3 key objectives with things that I tell you to focus on in business, which is the IPA, the engagement, or is it alignment? Have you been doing those things, David? Have you had time? I know you've joined us a little bit late and you've been on catch up. So I hope you have been managing to do these things. Now, the reason behind that is because I'm looking for you to work proactively, not reactively. It's a very different way of being and doing, so be aware of that, okay? What is really key, we're going to look today at goals, and we're going to look at direction and distraction as part of that. Because what is really key, as I explained yesterday, is that you have a personal why to your business. You know, yes, when you're in service industry, your primary function, your primary love should be working for others, helping others, serving others by whatever means. And if you're retailing products, as I know some of you are who are watching this challenge, it's still the same, because, your clients are coming to you with a problem or a lack, and you are going to solve that problem, or you are going to fill that lack. And even with products, people operate exactly the same. They buy on their emotion, they don't buy on their brain. So it's all coming from the same place, but in order for people to trust you, that's why we need that engagement. That is aligning you for future business when you do that. And that is why working on the engagement activities, working on income producing activities, that which is such as creating digital media, all that kind of thing, networking, stuff like that. It's, networking comes under engagement as well. But if you're off speaking, then you are going to be aligning yourself up for business. It's all income related. Those are the 3 key aspects as we've discussed. Now, when I did this shout out for this challenge, a lot of people were telling me that they have issues with distraction. Now, I understand that people get distracted. We all have, we either have children or we have busy lives, or, needy people sometimes around us. We all have to go food shopping. We all have these things to do. But self-discipline comes in by being focused on goal-orientated steps. And this is why it's so important to have a personal why, because that becomes your goal. Now, your personal why, it could be you're saving for a house, you want to buy a house, boat, car, whatever. All right. But it's important to have the goals. Now, a goal is something that you are going for. Goal stands for go out and live. All right. And so what I'm going to encourage you today is when you hit a goal, you reward yourself as well, whether it's going off and getting your nails done, or I don't know, whatever floats your boat basically. But the reason for it is because, as I say, goals are about going out and living. So every time you achieve a goal, I want you to reward yourself so that you feel successful in that moment. A lot of my clients that I work with, I do a lot of money mindset as part of business coaching, and definitely they have a problem with, a lot of them have a problem with rewarding themselves because they've had this lack of spending facilities, as it were. So it's really important to write out your goals. Now, if you did download the sheet or you've got your own planner, these are your activities here that you put in each day. But up here, I would be expecting you to write out your goals. And it's really important that you are writing your goals every single day, even though it's repeat. You know, I know a lot of my clients have got financial targets like 3K, 5K, 8K in September. You would write these at the top of every single day. The reason being is when we write it, we're committing to it. And when we see it, it starts to become real. So by having your goals at the top, you are reminding yourself why it is important to get the activities done. All right? And it's really key. And then again, I've got in there, write down how you feel when you achieve something, because I want you to realize that you are achieving. If you have those goals, you'll be far more focused in the activities that you choose to reach those goals. And I just watch, I'm telling you now, it's like magic. You will reach those goals much, much quicker. So I hope that you will do that. And as I say, you know, it's really important. If you are struggling, if you are being very easily distracted by anything and everything, then you have to ask yourself the question of, is this really what you want to be doing? Is your heart really in this? Is this fulfilling you? Have you got passion for this? Have you got love for what you're doing? Because if deep down the answer to those questions is no, you're in the wrong business. Yeah, we have to sort that out, because you're in the wrong business. You cannot practice what you preach. You can't expect people to love their lives off the back of your coaching, your teaching, your workshops, whatever. If you're not like that about your own. This is about authenticism, I can't say the word. If you want to be genuine business, you have to be authentic. And in order to be authentic, you have to be doing something that you have passion about and something that you absolutely love, because you're going to need that to ooze over into the work you're doing to pull in clients that match your vibration, as we would call it. So yes, if you are having problems with getting distracted, then you need to be very careful that you are actually in the right game. You know, success, you know, what are you passionate about? Find your thing. And that's what will lead you to an abundant life. Because no matter what the money is that's coming in, the money situation, you will have that sense of fulfillment that people crave. So this is why this is all important in aligning you for your business. And if you are very, very easily distracted, we all have days, don't get me wrong, but if you are very distracted at the slightest thing, any excuse to not work, then you need to be asking yourselves those questions. All right. Now, the other important thing about these goals is that if you are setting up your goals, if you've created your goals and therefore you are then creating your, what I call your baby step activities to create these goals, then you will do well. But if you have not got that direction, you've not got your eye on a goal, and therefore you've not got that direction that you are heading in, then again, you are going to become, you're going to lose the ability to apply yourself fully. You know, because what will happen is if you're not working to a goal, if you're not working to a plan, you will lose your energy, you will lose your drive, your motivation, and that focus will dwindle. So then what happens is then you get distracted, you bugger off for a few days or whatever to do other stuff. And when you come back, your to-do list is mounted up, and you feel under pressure, you feel guilty because you've not put the energy and drive into your business, and now you need to play catch up. And when you come to pick up your business again, you are then overwhelmed by how much you need to do. So be aware of that. That's another reason why it's really important to be on top of your game all the time, every day of the week, and have these goals to work towards. So your homework today is to set yourself goals. Now, another issue with distraction, or another way that distraction comes in, and I've seen this in clients as well, is that they're doing okay in their business, kind of like a little bit trundling along, but we go through dips and phases of that, where we have to just keep up with the hustle. And what happens is they see what someone else is doing, and they suddenly feel drawn that that's what they should be doing, and so they start to do that in their business. Then they get distracted by what someone else is doing, and they start to do that in the business. And before you know it, they've taken their focus off their own path of alignment and onto these other distractions, which are stopping them from remaining focused. So this is where I lovingly say you need to learn to mind your own business. And what I mean by that is keep your mind in your game, nobody else's. And likewise as well, I've made mistakes over the years in my own business, because I've had times where I have been around people who I have perceived them as to be more knowledgeable, more experienced in my field, stuff like that. They've expressed views and opinions on my business and what I should do within the business, etc. And I have foolishly, now looking back, I have foolishly listened and taken myself off my path and onto paths that actually were totally about them and their gain through me, and nothing to do with me and my business and my goals. So that's another way to watch that you are not getting distracted, and the importance of being totally focused on your path and what you want to do. Yes, be open to ideas of how to achieve what you're looking to achieve, but don't go off on tangents, all right? So as I said, your homework tonight is to set yourself some goals. Now, goals must be realistic as well. You know, when people walk in here and say, oh, I want £1 million in the bank, it's like, okay, and where are you at the minute? I've got £1,000. Okay. Shall we start a little bit smaller? All right, and the reason why I say that to people is because you have to be realistic. You have to be lined up for that money to come in. You have to be ready. You have to have your systems in place. You have to be ready. And you have to be mentally, emotionally ready to receive that level of money to do any good with it. Otherwise, it will go as fast as you create it. So I always am going to encourage you to take small steps in the right direction, because it's those small steps that add up. So in your planner or whatever you are using, write your goals at the top, write your day's priorities, activities that you need to do in the business, and make sure you keep reading these things, because every time you read that and you read your goals, you are reminding yourself why you are doing this. If you're still sat at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night like me, I'll be walking through the door at 11:30 tonight because I'm off to do a radio show after client work. But it's like, it's fun. Choose for it to be fun, and you'll get drawn in to enjoy your business. You have to be loving what you're doing. You have to be practicing what you're preaching. So is any of that resonating with you? Drop me a little comment, let me know. See, David has said he doesn't often treat himself, but this is a good way to do so. It is, because you have to be open. It's all to do with being open to receive as well. And if you can't give to yourself, you know, then how are you going to give to others, and how are you going to accept rewards from others? It's all part of that. So yes, absolutely. Now, while you're writing those down, I just want to point out you are on day 3 today, so you have just 2 more days with me, and over those next 2 days I do have 2 offers running that you can grab, but they're only available to the people in this group and only available during this challenge, in terms of to get booked in during those challenges. Now, the first offer is to have what I call my breakthrough business session. All right, this is the only pay-as-you-go coaching that I do. It is a 2-hour session, and you can book that in with me at a discounted price of £99. I usually charge £150 for that, for 2 hours of my coaching time. And in those sessions, what we do is we really kind of pull your business apart, have a look at it, check where you're pitching, check where you're going, all of that, okay? And the other offer I have, which is huge, I think it's huge because that's what I do, is my Quantum Leap coaching program. Now that is a whole 6 months of coaching. It's going to cost you £250 a month, but that is actually a saving of £500. So if you want to seriously go for it with your business, then that's a fantastic opportunity, because that's saving you £500. My Business Breakthrough 12-week program is £280 a month. So that's an absolute bargain if you're going to stay for the duration and you want to really go for it within your business. So yeah, just drop me a message if you want to grab those. But yes, what we're looking for in order for you to stay focused is for you to be working proactively, not reactively, and choosing your goals, and just using that as your driving force. Keep in mind your goals. Sometimes we do creation boards and things like that, but I certainly encourage you to write it down every day on your sheet, your goals that you are walking towards, because they become real. And don't get distracted by other people's lives and other people's businesses. So I'm going to leave you with that. Have a fantastic evening. Have a brilliant day tomorrow. I hope you got on well with your activities that you put in yesterday. If you need any help with anything to do with focus, staying focused in business, then drop me a comment in the group and I can answer it there for everybody to see. Have a great time. Bye bye.